Alright, today's lesson is on adding and subtracting integers. Actually, I'm sorry, we're just going to be adding integers. We're going to be using positives and negatives. Okay? And for this, we're going to use a couple different colors here. One thing I'm going to go ahead and do for my positives, I'm going to always make sure we have, I'm going to use the color black for it. And then for our negatives, we're going to go ahead and use the color red for it. Okay? It's going to go ahead and allow me to draw some pictures to go along with this. So for our first one here, we have 5 plus 3. I'm going to go ahead and draw a picture of this. We have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I also have 3. So I'm going to go ahead and do 1, 2, 3. Now the next question I'm going to go ahead and ask myself is, are the signs the same or different? 5 and 3 are both positive, so they are the same. Okay? When I add these two together, 5 plus 3, my answer is 8. So there's my answer. All right, let's go on to the next one. Number 2. We have negative 5 plus negative 2. Okay, so we're dealing with negatives now, so we're going to go ahead and get our red out. So I have negative 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I have plus negative 2, so I'm going to add on another 2 to it. Okay. Are the signs the same or different? I notice that they are the same. Okay. And I'm going to add together negative 5, negative 2, which means I have negative 7 is going to be my answer. Let's look at number 3. 8 plus 1. So I have 8 positives here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I have plus 1 more positive. So I have another one there. If I count all those up, I notice that they are all the same symbols, both positives. And I get an answer of 9. Alright, let's look at our next one. Negative 3 plus negative 2. Let's go ahead and draw a picture. We have 3 negatives. And we're adding on to it 2 negatives. I notice that my signs are the same again. So I'm just going to go ahead and add up. I have 5 negatives there, so negative 5 is my answer. So there is a pattern that we see here when we're adding integers. We notice that if the integers being added are both positive or both negative, we just go ahead and add our numbers up together. I'm going to go ahead and let's write that in for us. Just going to add our numbers together. Okay. Then at the end, we need to make sure we take the sign of the problem. So for our first one, we had both positive. We have a positive there, so we write nothing. For our second one, we had 2 negatives, so we end up adding 2 and 5 together, but then we take the negative. It's negative 7. 9, and then negative 5. So our rule when we have the same symbol, whether they're both positive or negative, is that we're just going to add the numbers, and then we're going to take that symbol. Now it's going to change when we go ahead and do a positive and a negative. Let's go ahead and look at those. So our first one is negative 5 plus 3. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my picture. Put 5 red ones for 5 negative. And then I have plus 3. I'm going to put 3 right there. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now when I have a positive and a negative, what happens is that they cancel each other out. So I'm pretty much just going to draw a line. I'm going to cross that out, and cross that out. And what I'm left with here is I have 2 negatives left. So my answer to this problem is negative 2. Now I notice that I have a negative and a positive, that my symbols are different. I'm going to go ahead and circle that different. Let's try another one. Number 6. Positive 5 plus negative 3. So I'm going to go ahead and do 5 positives. Go ahead and then put 3 negatives. Just like before, I'm going to go ahead and cancel them out. So 1, 2, and 3. What that leaves me with is 2 positive ones left, which means my answer is 2. And I notice that my signs are again different. Let's try another one. Number 7, we have negative 7 plus 3. I'm going to go ahead and do 7 negatives. And I'm going to go ahead and do 3 positives. I will go ahead then and cancel them out. So a negative cancels out a positive, or vice versa. And what that leaves me with is 4 red ones, so negative 4 is my answer. And again, I noticed that I added a negative and a positive together, so my symbols are different. Alright, next one. Negative 2 plus 4. Do 2 negatives, 1, 2. And then we're going to add on 4 positives. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and cancel them out. That leaves me with 2 positives left, so my answer is positive 2. And again, those were different symbols. Okay. So what I noticed with this is when the integers being added together do not have the same symbol, meaning one is positive and one is negative, we actually have to subtract our numbers. Let's go ahead and write this. We're going to subtract the little number from the big number, meaning we put the, sorry, zoom out. Don't read that again. So when the integers being added do not have the same sign, one is positive, one is negative, we're going to go ahead and subtract our little number from our big number, meaning always make sure you put the bigger number on top, even if it's the negative number. Then we're going to go ahead and take the sign of the bigger number. So if we look at our examples here, we always did 5 minus 3, which is 2. Then we said that 5 has a bigger value than 3, so that has the negative, which means our answer is going to be negative. For this one, we did 5 minus 3 is 2, but then we said 5 has a greater value than negative 3, which means its answer is going to be positive. Number 7 here, we have negative 7 is a greater absolute value than 3, so our answer is negative. And over here we have 4 is the greater absolute value than negative 2, so our answer is going to be positive. Okay. So we have some sample problems for you to go ahead and try. Alright. When you do these, what I'd like you to keep in mind is first thing you need to look at is, are the symbols the same or are the symbols different? Okay? If the symbols are the same, make sure we add. Okay? Make sure we go ahead and add up our numbers. If the symbols are different, we're going to subtract the numbers. Then you need to make sure. Next thing you need to do is think about what symbol you need to take. Okay? If you're adding them together, just take the symbol of numbers. If you're subtracting, take the one that has the larger value. Okay? So go ahead and try those 7 problems and let's see how you did. Make sure you pause your video. Alright, so for number 1, you should have gone ahead and they're the same, so we added them. And notice how I wrote this down for each problem. That's something we're going to go ahead and practice as we go along. It's just going to help us keep track of if we're adding or subtracting. Number 2, they're both the same, so I added, and it's a positive 78. Number 3 is they're different symbols, so I subtracted them. I got 45. 72 has the larger value there, so I'm going to go ahead and make an answer positive. Number 4, different values, so I subtracted them. 8 minus 8 is 0. I don't have a positive or negative there. Number 5, they're different again, so I subtracted them. And then I have a larger positive value there. That 13 is larger than that 5, so it's a positive answer. And number 6, they're also different for the first 2, so I went ahead and subtracted them. Okay, so when I subtracted 14 minus 6, I got 8. Negative 14 was a larger value, so I went ahead and did negative 8. Slide that over. And then I'm going to do negative 8 plus 20. Again, they're different. I have a negative and a positive, so I subtract them, and I get an answer of 12. 20, my positive one, had a larger value, so it was a positive answer, 12. And then number 7, John scored 6 points in a game, then lost 3, gained 10, and lost 12. Write an addition sentence to represent this situation. So I have 6 plus negative 3, because he lost 3, plus 10, because he gained 10, plus negative 12, because he lost 12. 6 plus negative 3 is 3, and then I bring down the rest. 3 plus 10 is 13, and 13 plus negative 12 equals 1 will be my final answer.